this season?
Oh, look, Andrew, it's pretty clear. It's pretty disappointing, and we set out at the start to achieve, to be a part of the finals. We're not part of that clearly, and so that makes a very disappointing season, and one that we know we haven't delivered on what we wanted to. So you can't describe it any more or any less than being disappointed.
Can you pinpoint the main reason why it's been a disappointing season?
Yeah, well, I suppose the main reason is we haven't got where we wanted to go. We set out as at the start of the year to achieve some stuff, and we've got to this point and we haven't done that. So, and obviously the disappointing part about that is we've had opportunities throughout the season to make more of some situations, and we just weren't able to complete the task at the time. So, and then that was within games, that was week to week, month to month. So it was just, as I've used the language all the way through, haven't I? It's been quite frustrating and inconsistent.
Is the game plan good, or has it been more that the effort or the skill execution has been down?
I know you can't take all the blame and put it in one spot. I don't think there's some parts. I mean, in the last couple of weeks I've said there's some stuff in our game style that we need to tinker with a little bit and play around with and adjust. Make some adjustments to it, and that's what it is. It's some adjustments, and obviously there's some skill deficiencies that we haven't been able to get right over not just this year, for a period of time. So we acknowledge that, and we got to spend a lot of time trying to improve in those areas. So there's 2 or 3 key parts of our game that we have to fix.
Ken, you got some list management changes to go through. When do those decisions get made, and when do the players?
Yeah, we'll go through that. Because of the AFL PA and stuff, you have to get the players in and out quite quickly now. So we'll go through some of that. There won't be, there'll be some change. There has to be. That's just the way it is, and we'll go through them in the next few days.
With Jay Shook's leaving, will you be targeting forward come the draft time?
Oh, look, it's pretty simple for what we will target from a draft point of view. We're trying to be a part of the draft and be as aggressive as we can to get into the draft in that space, and we'll go for the best players available, because I don't think there's a desperate need in one or the other area for us. It's a matter of making sure we bring in some young, talented people who are quite driven to help us improve our list.
So you'll be aggressive. Does that mean you try and trade up from where you already are?
We'll go through all that again. That's all the stuff that we have to work through. You sit back and say, your aim is to achieve some certain things, and for us it is to be, as I said, I think the main thing is that we want pick 9 and we want to use it. And we want to use it aggressively and get the best player we possibly can. And you're not sure what the rest of it looks like, because you've got to make, some part can be player choice, some part can be club choice, and some part can be an opposition club wanting to get something that you've got. Now, they're all things that we don't know and have any certainty on yet. And let's be honest, there's still 8 teams in the competition playing, so that makes it a bit harder to go through that. So it's probably a bit further down the track than the immediate stuff. I think there's some obvious stuff that happens straight away.
You have lost your second round pick, obviously.
Yeah.
You keen to get a second round pick back?
I think we'd be very happy to have some more activity higher up in the draft if that's possible. But again, that's determined upon some decisions by us and some decisions by players, and then by opposition clubs too. So, but we will certainly look at them, Andrew. That's probably the only thing I'd say. We will not dismiss anything easily.
Have you had any players come to you and requested a trade, whether it's back to Victoria or to any other club?
No, not yet. Look, that's the one thing we have got here at the club, is that we've got a really strong group that they do want to remain together as best they possibly can, but they understand that you have 2 seasons in a row where you miss the finals. The club has some responsibilities. We stuck by them quite strongly at the end of last year. Well, and as a club, we need to stick as strong as we can this year. But you can't be foolish not to admit that we need to make some adjustments.
So you will consider trading contracted players?
Oh no, all things are on the table. That's as simple as that. I'm not going to go into specifics, but we will look at every scenario and give it the thoughts and the time that they deserve, and then make some really good, strong decisions.
How far away is your list? Do you need wholesale changes, or is
No.
it as simple as 1 or 2 players?
No, but we need changes. But you're forced into changes every year. But I think when you miss out in the finals 2 years in a row, to sit here and say that our list is not too far away is wrong. We haven't been able to produce with the list we've had over the last couple of years to make finals. Now you can't say any more than that. We have to accept that the list we've got at the moment hasn't been able to get where we want to go.
So with that list, obviously the last years you've gone all in a little bit, getting right, or picks and giving away your first round draft pick.
Yep.
This year you're still going to keep it at minimum. Where's your list at? Obviously you think you can still contend for the flag next year, with also keeping an eye on the future? What's the plan for when your list is headed?
Yeah, well, good list management does that all the time. That's what you got to do. You give yourself the best chance for the immediate and not ignore what's ahead of you a little bit, and that's what we have to do. And that's why Jason Cripps was in charge of that area. He needs to make sure he's got an eye on the future as well as the immediate. But we've got to build a list that's strong enough to win now. And that's our number one priority, is to win now. And we haven't been able to do that. As I said, we've won games, but we haven't won enough games to put us in the finals.
And you talk about list changes. Is there any possible changes in the coaching structure as well?
Yeah, there's always, we're going to go through all that, and we'll go through it really quickly. And as soon as we can make some of those calls and those decisions, we'll certainly let everyone know, as we do all the time. But everything's up for review. That's what we're going to do. We'll go through it all.
There's been some speculation that Brendan Lade is going to come across.
Speculation is good.
Would he be a good addition for Port Adelaide next season?
Look, I don't know. There's a lot of really good coaches out there, really good coaches here at Port Adelaide as well. But yeah, you look at people and you talk to people, that you don't rule in and rule out those decisions, because they're not decisions that have been made. It's Monday morning after we've finished. It's it's not the type of discussions that we've even entered into just yet.
You're contracted till 2018, and you said that you're perhaps at ground zero, 2 good seasons,
Yep.
2 disappointments. You're fully confident you'll got the reins for next season and right to
Yep.
your contract?
Yeah, no, I've got no problems with that. That's okay. I've got great support at the club, and I think the key things of good, strong football clubs is stability at the crucial areas of the club, and Keith and David, myself, Travis, the key leaders of the club are all on the same page. We're all trying to improve our club as quick as we possibly can. I don't think you get good people, you keep good people around, and you make sure you stick to the task.
Is it then hard at the end of this season? You probably want to get cracking already. Is that what it sort of feels like?
Yeah, it does. As disappointing as the season's been, you just needed it to get finished. You needed to honour it the way we should, and try and play the season out as strong as we possibly could. In our last couple of weeks, at least, we were able to finish that off, strong enough that we can go, yeah, okay, well, it's now done, but now we really just want to get, it's a long time waiting for us, and that's the unfortunate part, but we deserve that. That's where we put ourselves, and we'll go to work, and we'll work really, really hard.
Hasn't been a total waste. How many players do you think you might have uncovered during the year that would take you forward next
Well, we've played we played 6 first game players this year, so that gives you some comfort there. There's some really positive stuff coming out of some of those boys, and they're so early in their journey, though. You're not quite sure where that ends, but look, you'd have to say Darcy was pretty positive to play 20 games. It's a pretty outstanding effort for a bloke that hadn't played a game at the start of the year, and some of the other boys that have come along, and I think we've seen some key development in some players, not just in first year players. We've seen Pittard have a really strong season. We've seen Impey, come a game. We've seen Gray back up another outstanding season, and we've had some challenges in other areas. So, our front half's been incredibly young and inexperienced all the way through the year. We brought a new person in Charlie, who, give us a real lift early part of the season up until the midpoint of the season, then got hurt, and we've had to mix and match. We've had Jackson Trengove go in the ruck, and show us that he can absolutely play in that position with some great confidence. So there's always some stuff come out of it, but at the end of the day, the boys individually don't matter. It's the collective part that we've got to get better at.
Will Charlie be having surgery on that ankle?
No.
Injury in the off-season?
No, Charlie's pretty good. Charlie's not too bad. As I said, his ankle injury was a collision injury that no one could avoid. It was stepped on in a game of football. So he, to his credit, gave us what he could when he come back to try and give us a chance to still, because our season was still alive, and we fight like hell when we got a chance, and that's what we try to do. And then when that became out of reach, the right thing to do was allow Charlie to rehab that properly and get ready so he's got an uninterrupted pre-season.
Talked about young players. You must have been thrilled with Riley Bonner's debut on Saturday night.
Yeah, it's exciting, wasn't it? He had the most metres gained on the ground. He's he's got some composure. He's got lots to work on, but we think that our recruiting team and the way we drafted last year was really, really smart with Riley. South Australian boy who's going to be around for a long, long time for us, we hope.
You've got 2 key recruits coming back with Ryder and Monfries instantly. What's the biggest hole in your list for next season?
As I said before, Andrew, I don't think there's a massive hole in any one area, but it's the collective together. We hadn't really big part of our experience, part of our list taken away a fair bit. And sometimes injuries they happen all the time. It's just a matter of where you lose them at the right time and the amount of experience. We've lost Jay already this year from the list, so we lose some more experience. It's really important to have experienced players come back into your team and play. And you talk about Homsch and Jonas and, as you said, Monfries and Ryder and White, people like that who are, significant players and haven't been, we missed a lot of Hartlett this year. We missed a lot of Wingard this year. Robbie Gray missed games. There was always something that wasn't quite together. And I think the best teams, when you get continuity together and you play a period of time together, that gives you a chance to see what you're capable of. And I think you need that.
Is Paddy freshened up and does he come back?
He better be fresh.
Does he come back as soon as he can come back to start his pre-season then?
Yeah, yeah, September 13, not that I'm counting.
Can they say like list management decisions can be pretty tricky, but for you, are there 2 or 3 that you already kind of put a line through as to make things easier when you
It's
make a prune?
cold and unemotional. It's put a line through is probably not right. There's people that we've probably made some decisions on that we think either a couple of things. Best for them not to be with us because we haven't been able to get the best out of them, or secondly, it's just a matter of we have to improve our list and we have to make change, and that's what we have to do.
John Butcher, one of those?
John will be one of those that will be in the discussion. I can't hide from that.
Does that get announced soon, or do you have to hold off?
No, it'll get announced. Once we know, if there's anyone going to be told that they're finished totally, we'll announce that straight away. Because I don't think that's fair. Hold out and tell. If I know today or tomorrow that some players are not going to be part of our list, we'll announce that at the right time and we'll let you know straight away because I don't think that's just not the way I operate.
Do you like Mad Monday?
Who?
Do you like Mad Monday?
Don't get it. I don't get why.
Have you put any stipulations on the boys on how they spend Mad Monday?
No. They're grown up. They should know what they should do. And, I'm just a bit old school. I see Mad Monday as some form of celebration, if that's what it was in the past. We didn't make finals. I've got nothing to celebrate. And I don't think anyone should have anything to celebrate, but they should recognise their effort together at some point. I think the old days of Mad Monday, we're a bit better prepared at that and we're much better informed as a football team and football clubs. I think we do it probably better and safer.
How's Logan? He dropped the other weekend.
Yeah, we'll have to get him scanned, so I don't really know right now. I'd suggest that it's, it would be not a significant injury, but it would be one that if it was, if we were playing on, he'd probably miss 2 or 3 weeks perhaps. So again, that's without all the information. I'm guessing a little.
And Dougal, how are you getting back for the last 2 months of next season? What's the
Yeah, Dougal, well, typically 12 months, so he'd done it in round 12.
Yeah.
So you'd expect it by round 8, 9 next year. I reckon Dougal will be nearly playing footy, at SANFL level, I'd imagine. But, he's got a long, long way to go. He's got a significant injury to overcome, all things being equal, though most people get back in that 12-month time frame. And then they do take a period of time just to get rolling again. So I would say that, 2017 for Dougal is re-establishing, getting himself back in shape with his knee and getting some confidence, and anything other than that will be a bonus for him.
You've got a group of players like Travis Boak and Ollie Wines who are going to the US for a bit of training in the off-season. Is that something the players sort of raised as an idea, or was that something that came from the coaching staff?
Yeah, no, it's not from us. No, they're on leave, so they've got to do what they're entitled to do, and they've got some opportunities to look at some stuff over there that's exciting for them. And typical of our group, they do like to work hard, and they there's quite a few of them going to go and have a look at what's over there.
You can put your feet up for a week or 2?
Yeah, not really. No, unfortunately, we checked again. We missed the finals 2 years in a row. I haven't got any time to put my feet up, but look, I need a break. It wears you out. This game can wear you out, but I need a break. But unfortunately for me, or fortunately for me, wherever I go, whenever I go there, it's still in there. It's still sitting up inside my head that I'm thinking about what I need to do. And as I said, I've got a massive responsibility to this football club. I've got to get this football club and get us back into finals, and that's where we're going to start to try and head again. And but we're not foolish enough to know that we're not going to live in the pretend world that we are capable, or we may be this, or we may be that. We are what we are. So we're starting to work from a side that's out of the finals, and we're going to work damn hard to get ourselves back into them next year, so that when this week comes up again, I'm not sitting here talking to you people. I'm still working, and that's what I miss the most.
Do you feel like you need a bit of help in the box?
No, I've got great support. I've got great coaches around me, and it doesn't mean you can't improve. That's what I want. You always look to improve, and always look to freshen things up. But I always say that in all the 18 coaching groups in the AFL, they're all very, very talented. They've all got some great strengths and some great things that they can do. But there wouldn't be a group that doesn't say, it doesn't hurt to bring in some freshness and some new ideas and some other thoughts. That just challenges you to keep thinking and keep working towards achieving a goal that we want to get.
Who's your last one? Who's your team to win the grand final?
Not us. It's going to be really exciting, isn't it? I mean, it's open. It's probably, as everyone's, I listen to the commentary, I think everyone's tipping there's sort of 5 or 6 sides that are capable of winning it. You're just never sure. got to play the best month of football. That's what'll happen. And if someone can put that together, you know, right now you sit there and say, well, Sydney are probably flying on exposed form, but has GWS got this exciting month in them? Has Geelong, you know, got enough people there that can do what they want? Will Adelaide respond? And we're talking about the 3-time premiership side, and we haven't mentioned them, Hawthorn. You know, they're all going to be in it. West Coast have been back in great. They could be the ones who are in the best form. But I didn't give you a tip. All I said is I don't know.
If you had to pick a grand final or two, though, have you got any thoughts on who the two?
I reckon it's really easy because you go with percentages. And normally you finish 1 and 2 for a reason, and quite often they get through. That's all I would say. History tells you it's 1, 2, 3 and 4 get there, no matter what. And there's 1 or 2 teams occasionally get outside the top 4. Now, that doesn't mean it can't happen this year, but I think Sydney and Geelong are positioned pretty strongly.